Okay. Um, I just started the streaming well before today, but I was just setting up YouTube. So today we're going to live stream this entire thing on YouTube as well, so that yeah, we can just kickstart with YouTube and get to know the how abouts of YouTube streaming as well, um, and reach more and more audience. So I was just setting up YouTube. It takes around 24 hours to get your YouTube streaming key, and I found this awesome plugin in what do we call it? In OBS. It's called Autumn. I'll quickly show you. If you guys are into streaming, these might be the 101s. Autumn OBS plugin. No, not Autumn, Atom. Okay. So this is a plugin which gives you a very easy configuration for to set up your stream configurations for different platforms, and then you can just have a very simple interface from where you can start those specific streams, and can have their own isolated configurations. OBS also provides it, but this is much more simpler, and I think there are more plugins which works with Atom to track further things like your chats and other things. Um, though I have not, I haven't really gotten into it yet, but yeah, this is a good thing to have. It makes things easier. So we are live on YouTube and we are live on X. Now, what I want to do first of all is that I want to post about this plugin. Sorry, this day three live stream on my X. So we're going to do it the classic way that we did it in our last stream. In our last session is using our OpenClaw X plugin. So OpenClaw should have. So let's start OpenClaw for that. So let's like dive right into it. I hope my screen is visible, and the terminal is visible. So we'll just start the gateway first of all. So pnpm gateway watch. Okay, one thing, we always need to turn this flag on to disable the trace logs, so that you're not spammed by a lot of warnings. Yeah, I think OpenClaw has started um, successfully. We'll just open our OpenClaw console. Yeah, and the gateway works. Now we'll go right into Discord, and this is our channel. This is our Discord server which is connected with OpenClaw, and this is one of my X channel where I manage my X. So I can just ask it, hey, good afternoon, because it's another day. Try to treat your agents, it's your personal agents. How I'm developing or I'm using OpenClaw over here is considering this as one of my own clone, an AI or digital clone. So when it is yourself, you need to be very soft and nicely greeted, well behaved with yourself, right? So hey, good afternoon. Today we are doing the day three of we're doing the day three of our uh, build with OpenClaw of a series. Let's just cut short, because it has a lot of context already. Day three of our series. We skipped yesterday. Because I was with my family, spending some. Because I was spending some assembly time. We are back. I also today we are starting with YouTube stream as well. Uh, I have already set up YouTube and X using this new plugin. I'm going to enable the voice as well, but I don't have a privilege of tokens. Um, Using this new plugin called ATEM for OBS, which made things easier. So we're live on YouTube. Let's put down a post quoting my last day 2. Put down a post of day 3, similar to how of live stream notification. Simple agenda. Agenda for today. Is going through is learning about plugins and MCP architecture by going through the docs and rest of the contribution guidelines. Also, I think we should give the link of the live stream as well. This is the live stream. Okay, post. Also provide me a YouTube I'm just thinking if we can post about this, yeah, share and how to share this live. This is my YouTube, and if I want to create a post, how is that done? Create a post. Also provide me the YouTube post format. YouTube post that I can manually post in YouTube. This is again YouTube live link. Okay, let's just see if it is responding. Yeah, so the agent is up and running. Now there have been latest updates again. OpenClaw has launched releases. So before we get into this, so I follow a lot of people, and a lot of people subscribe to OpenClaw or associated with OpenClaw on Twitter, on X, and they keep on providing a lots of updates. So OpenClaw has released a new version. Let's just quickly see the version that we're running right now. So if I just go in OpenClaw directory and I say pnpm OpenClaw status, you see 2026.5.7, and the latest release, if you see over here, you will find it's 2026.5.12, and according to Peter, this is actually a very this release is oriented more towards the stability fixes, uh, because OpenClaw has been having a really hard time. Also, CI/CD, so you can see such a big change log as well. So CI/CD, code reviews, testing, end-to-end testing, when unit testing, everything. So and what I have understood is that entire pipeline, and the SDLC has gotten up really fast and reliable by setting up the proper infra for it and the cadences. There's also, I didn't know that there was an OpenClaw Foundation as well. So this is OpenClaw Foundation. Let's just see if there are tweets already. Draft exports say extract date 3 of live stream script yesterday back to it with this and this agenda this and this YouTube write manually live here. So I think it is already posted on X. Now one thing which you guys might be thinking, actually I haven't spoken much about this X plugin, but it is draft only approval first, but right now when I'm asking it to just post it instead of, oh, I didn't know. Once again, so it just says that it has an X draft, right? It did not post. Okay, cool. Good, this is how it is supposed to work. These are the expectations, but if it happens to post directly, then that's a flaw and we'll have to fix it. But let's just see if it has not posted yet. Yeah, it hasn't. So I'm going to give an approval. Approved. Go ahead with expose. Looks good to me. Also, we need to maintain the continuity. So after you are done, with the independent post of the live day 3, make another post quoting the live of day 2, quoting the day 2 live post. To maintain the continuity. Why is this? Why the reason why I want to make why I want to make a separate independent post of live is that when quoting when quoting the previous post that has a live link, it overrides quoting the previous post that has the live link. It overrides the new post live preview gets overridden by the quoted post preview. So if you post independently uh, day 3 live preview will be shown and will be shown and a separate post and a separate post quoting the day 2 live post will maintain the continuity. I hope it makes sense. I don't have a resolution for this right now. This is what comes to my mind. So these are the 101s that we need to do. Firstly, posting about the latest live that is going on. I told the logic behind it, the independent post, and quoting the previous one to maintain the continuity. And then uh, we also need to summarize the previous session, and I need to reply on the live post, so that of day 2, like we did it for day 1, so that we have proper documented insights as well. And last session we discussed about the security. Ideally I should do this on the same day when the live session has ended, but since my schedule is too tight, I would want to automate this thing. So whatever I'm doing manually right now, I think ultimately I will offload it to OpenClaw. The only problem right now is that the tokens, right? The tokens get exhausted too fast. Like even if right now if I show you codex, right? How much token have I? I hope there are no sensitive details. Yeah, there aren't any. But do you see this? Just by using this much, 97% is remaining. But as I keep on using it more and more, this will get exhausted too fast, especially the 5 hour usage limit. And then I have to wait again for 3 hours, and until then, the continuity of my development gets broken, which is like a poor DX. Anyway, so we were talking about the release, and the release has been really a solid one, addressing a lot of security stability issues. Um, so we are going to update this today, first in a local repo from the source, right? Now I'm not sure whether this particular release has been merged into main or not yet. So if I go to OpenClaw and if I go to release, uh, and I go to the tag, if I see the commit, there is a commit which bumped the release version. Yeah, in package.json, in all the package.json we should find the root package.json, right? Yeah, it has been changed to 5.12, and I'm not sure whether this commit is part of the trunk or not. So this is the branch that it was part of. Conflicted with me, and so SDLC that they are following, I don't think it is uh, very trunk driven. They are having separate release branches, but they do not merge it with main whenever they are releasing. They release it with the release branch, and then the main is diverged. So if you see the main source code, and we just go to package.json, damn. So main is basically an unstable version. It already has 5.14. Interesting. So are they already preparing the beta for 5.14? Yeah, the 5.14 beta is already in works. And how much? And whatever I understand is that OpenClaw always makes releases uh, on the basis of the date. They do not have a very standard incremental versioning of the software. They do it on the basis of the current date. So let's just see that when did they release the. Let's first see whether a post is ready. It says that independent day 3 live post is ready, continuity on the 2, and yes, your reasoning is right, independent post protects your live preview. Let's just see first of all whether that been correct or not. So the independent post is live day 3 skipped yesterday for the long time, but back agenda open close. This looks good. And then continuing the open close series, it was good. But you see, this one thing. There's one thing that when it posted for continuity, it did not include the live link of day 3, right? Which kinda defeats the purpose. Um, so I think we should just edit this post and have the day 3 link as well. So things will go here and there. You will have to supervise them, because if you don't, then things might, if you have not set it up properly with all the guardrails, then things might go here and there. I think it's better. Also, it says posted today live in separate day 3 live preview shows correctly. This code keeps still intact. I don't think that was necessary. Um, yeah. Anyway, so our X is done. Let's make a post on YouTube as well. Let's make a UD post. I'll open YouTube here first of all. see my own channel handle first of all. Prince Bansal live, right? Says 404, what the fuck? Prince Bansal live, I don't have to, no, there are no typos. View channel. Oh, it's at Prince Bansal live. Okay, makes sense. So this is the host, and I just want to make a post about it. This is the live stream, and this could create. No, I'll create it from my own place, right? That was just to show the channel. Yeah. Now let's. Oh, looks good. And let's just make our first YouTube post. Oh, you're already very late today, right? Setting up all of these things. But anyway, it's fine. Whatever it is. So our post is up. Let's just quickly go and check. Yep, post is up with the link here. It's fine, guys. Totally. Now, next thing that we want to do is we had some good wins. Again, the plugin did a good job, but when it comes to content, it could have done much better. Um, we'll come to that later. But first thing that we have to do is we have to update OpenClaw, and this is the release they're already planning 4.14. So what we can do is either we can get 20, but since this is under testing, right? It's in beta. I don't want to again break my local. So like we did last time, we're going to um, check out from the release tag itself. So just go to the tags. This one is the tag, right? I'm going to check out from this tab. We are not on main right now, right? Checking out from the release tag keeps things stable and local even when you are developing it from the source. So just first I'll do just EF. An amazing plugin for your item if you want, for your GitHub shortcuts. Just enable it if you're using ZSH. Enable it in your ZSH RC file, and makes things really easier. Yeah, another thing while this is going on, another thing that we had to do was post the summarization of last of our day 2. So do you remember that we'll ask our assistant to do it? Do you remember that we posted summarization of day 2 of day 1 in the form of replies on the day 2 post. Talk, talk and have conversation with your assistant very naturally, how you would do it with uh, any any employer, any intern or colleague of yours, because I don't know what impact does it make on the agent, because there are no guidelines as such, but or deterministic expectations as such, but it makes you uh, psychologically it makes you behave in a particular way when you're interacting with the agents, right? You can maintain a singular personality when you're talking with agent or you're talking with some colleague of yours, a friend of yours. um, yes, I remember the pattern. Small correction is that the day one summary wasn't titled under day 2 live announcement itself. We made separate day one summary quote post quoting the day one live post and then added the summary as replies under what entry post was this. Damn, this is bang on. This is bang on. So we quoted this and then we posted likes, replies to it. I think we can do the same thing, right? Let's do the same thing for day 2 summary as well. How we did for day 1. On day 2 we covered we spoke about we went through sorry we went through the security doc of sorry of OpenClaw, and I'll just paste the link so that it can itself go through it. On the raw link. This is the doc. Go through it and post important points according to you. Okay. Show me the drafts first. Cool. Now when it will get the job done of the post. Meanwhile, what we can do is we can start updating our OpenClaw. So the git fetch is done. It's a lot of branches. It's a very hot project, man. Like if you see the number of PRs are like issues 3.5k and PRs 3.5k, issues 3.6k. I mean, it's a dream to have an open source project such highly contributed, so highly contributed. So anyway, next we want to update this. So what we're going to do is we'll just see first of all whatever our local changes are. Let's go to cursor and let's see what are the changes. The cursor is changed a lot. Edit it and update. It says use multitask, paralyze your work, get unplugged. instead of adding them to the queue. What are the changes in this? Is it a new file that got added? No, it's an update, right? Why can't I see the update in the file? I see something here, but is it a line change? Is it not showing me the blank space changes? No, we need. We don't need this. We need the right panel. Yeah. Anyway, I don't think I think these are harmless changes. We'll just do. We'll first of all turn off the gateway, and instead of checking out, if I just run OpenClaw update, I don't think it's gonna work, right? This is one more thing which I'm confused about. That if you are running, I think I should ask it maybe. If I'm not sure whether these guys, if anyone is going to reply to it or it's, but why not? If I'm using OpenClaw from OpenClaw everything from source, what's the update? Is there any update guideline? Can it directly pull from the remote and use it? Put in the remote and use it, or I have to, or will I have to? Or will I have to run what is the OpenClaw update does some forms of migration under the hood that all migrations under the hood that I will have to run manually after this go. question: if I'm using OpenClaw by building from source, is there any update guideline? Can I directly go to the remote and use it, or does the OpenClaw update? Does I think instead of asking contributors, because these guys are like very focused in it, I will instead post it in a general. There's a developer who's online. Why not we just ask him? Hello. Hey, hey, is anyone there? Let's see if someone replies later, but let's just post in general. If I'm if I'm using OpenClaw from source, is there any update guidelines? Is there are there is there any special? Is there any guideline to update the project? Can directly go from the remote and use it, or let's see. Meanwhile, we have nothing to lose. We can just go ahead and pull it first, because I think the pulling, we have to take the latest pull irrespective of anything. So I'll just, instead of pulling, I'll just switch the branch. So I'll go GCO and it's the latest branch. Oh, sorry, latest tag. This is what tag, right? So we're on the latest version. We can just try running it directly. Though I'm not very sure whether it's going to run. PM. Hello, hello. Hello. You, I can't hear your voice is not very clear. Let's see if the drafts are ready. It's too many things to handle. I just hope the streams are going fine. Let's just quickly check. The stream looks some good to me. The YouTube stream looks good as well. Cool. So now we have all the draft posts with us. This is the target post. Let's just quickly verify whether. One second. Yeah. Let's quickly verify. This is the target post that it is targeting. It's the day 2 live stream notification, right? So it's going to code this with others. Go back again, and then draft review. It is submitted from the program. We went through the security interesting multiple reports. It defines what the open does and does not permanent. Reply trail draft the core idea. Uh, the core idea. Open clause local first agent for receptor. It is not trusted operators. It is not trying to be the multi-tenant system. So yeah, good that it highlights the multi-tenancy security. Not just an LLM can be tricked to local feature, but it is better. This is important because agent systems are full of scary looking um, behavior that is intentional when used by trusted operators. The doc is very clear on prompt injection too. Nice, because prompt injection was highlighted a lot of times in the doc. Plugins are treated as part of trusted computing base. Another key point, gateway mirror nodes. This talks about the node. The recommended deployment model follows this. Amazing, man. It does a great job. I love it. Let's just go ahead and post it. Looks this looks amazing and bang on. Let's go ahead and post it. Yeah, let's see if we were able to. Let's see if we were able to run the gateway successfully or not. So when I do gateway watch, the module directory will be removed and reinstalled from scratch. Oh, okay, okay. So that means there are some reinforcing scripts that already, whenever the version change or upgrade is happening, there are scripts that run whenever we are running the gateway. I don't know if it will do the job entirely. Someone replied. What does YMMB mean? Sorry guys, I'm not a Gen Z. Your mileage may vary. What does that mean? Popular internet idiom uses a disclaimer when you share a personal opinion about it. It only means you acknowledge that the people result preferences might be entirely different from yours. Basically, it's like a safety check to soften a recommendation. Okay, crazy. Cool. It's fine. I'm looking for any input, whatever I can get right now. Though the gateway did start, and I literally forgot. Check repo runtime state, fetch upstream, create safety branch stash if needed, reset main to origin main, replay intentional keeper commits only, resolve conflicts without resurrection junk, run focused validation, type check build, uh, warn, then restart launching and build random change, verify gateway, health telegram, record what change in daily memory. Okay, I think I can be more specific. Um, I am I intend to transfer the response, though I intend to check out the latest stable stable tag and have no local changes. Given this scenario where I want to jump from 2026.5.7 to 2026.5.12, does that does does the pull and gateway restart suffice, or there are some more steps in between? Because in the installed specific. I'm getting a lot of warnings, but one thing which I definitely should do is, if I have warmed up to the new version, the installed version, right? So I should just first of all run pnpm install. It's already latest, and was there. Let me just quickly check first of all whether. See, this is what I did not post all of this because I forgot that it's running on my local. I should have posted first and then did all this experiment. But anyway, uh, let me just quickly check if OpenClaw had migration. I open source contribution, or maybe I don't know, install from GitHub from source, right? Setup. Yeah, this is what we need. Let's setup. This was to run the node. And this from source we need to do pnpm install. And it also say do pnpm build, right? So the build was successful, and now I just let's run the gateway. I hope it's successful. Looks like the gateway is running. Let's do pnpm openclaw health. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just I'll see whether the console connects or not. The console works. Yeah, so we should just re-trigger it. Hey, let's see if it's working. No, it's not. What are the errors? Let's clear the logs and just send hi again. I think we broke it. There are no logs at all. Do So I need to reconfigure the channels. Oh, this is what I hate. Open claw and then we'll be status. It's very difficult to get the real job done when you fall into these pitfalls whenever you upgrade. But 5.12 was supposed to be the most stable. Supposed to be a very stable release. I don't understand why every time whenever I update, my connections break and they don't work in first go. It says gateway is reachable. It even says Discord is reachable. The security issues. So if it's reachable, okay. It was just delay. Tried my previous. Finally. So maybe when I ran the status command on terminal, that's where it triggered it, or just refresh internally. I don't know. Whatever. It's working. We're already off time. Personally, I usually just run the hackable install command again. It will update it, and at least that mostly works for me. Yeah, that's during building. Which refers from update. Yeah, just give it a shot. Two. 26 done. 12 and then ran install. So it's done in day 3 live post is assembly plus code will apply trail. But I don't think day 3 live post was. So this is the day 3 live post, which was there. Right, this is quoting so to maintain the continuity, and this is the data summary from building open claw, where in the reply trail we put everything regarding the security. And I think what we should pin right now is this. Perfect. um, I'm just enjoying working with OpenClaw and this X plugin now. I'm going to augment it further and add more and more things on the basis of use case. Now I think we are done with everything. We have posted the replies. We have updated our OpenClaw to the latest version. We're not going through the release log or the change log right now of the latest version. What we are going to do next is what we're going to do next is let's dive right into the rest of the documentation. And I think given the time that we have today, we'll only be able to cover one of them. We'll try to keep it as fast as possible, but it was a good exercise. Um, whatever we did today, I provided you update about a few things. We also configured YouTube, so no need to invest more time there. When it comes to configurations, obviously it will have its own nuances, which I'll tackle later. And then we also learned about the latest release. We learned how to update when you're building it from source. Um, and then now we're going back to the documentation. Now, yesterday we were in security, and we read about a lot of things. There was like quite detailed. Now we're just going to go into the nested links of other thing that we can. Before security, we were in vision, and we came to security from the vision documentation. From here, next few things that security vision documentation. The next nested link is plugin. So I think since we are developing the plugin, we should actually read out the plugin doc as well, and then MCP. This is also the part of our today's agenda. So let's go to the plugin doc and let's read it out. I hope my screen is visible. Yeah. Also, I want to do a quick mic check whether my voice is audible or not. So I'll go to my own live stream. I'll enable the mic analysis. Yeah, I think the mic is visible. The voice is audible. Cool. Let's move on to the documentation, and we will read out the this what do we call it, the documentation. Okay, so it's not very big, but I like that documentation is like quite comprehensive and detailed and very transparent as well. So I'm enjoying reading open class documentation. uh, it might get boring for a few people, but guys, if you if you're a developer, and uh, if you are a software a developer, a problem solver, I think, and you want to build really good products in life that you want to scale later, and people make people use it and add value to the life. You should become habitual of reading documentations by yourself, by summarizing by AI, whatever method it may be. But reading and understanding the core concepts, limitation, constraints about things is should be the first step. So this is a plugin dot md. Summary: install, configure, manage OpenClaw plugins, read when installing or configure plugin, understanding plugin discovery, working with codex or cloud compatible plugin bundles. Title plugins extend OpenClaw with channels, model providers, agent harness, um, tools, skills, speech, real-time transcription, voice, media understanding, generation, web fetch, web search, and other runtime capabilities. So, um, basically, since yes, we read in OpenClaw's vision documentation that they want to make the code more and more leaner, they're making the code more and more, and the entire project more and more modular. So, in order to make modular, even the most core features or core features or capabilities of the framework are also offloaded to plugins to make the code more and more modular. So even when you say that in a AI agentic framework or an operating system, OpenClaw so calls itself an AI operating system. So model LLM models and their usage, right? Every model has their and every model provider have their own nuances and the way to get things done. They will have their own contracts, uh, contracts as in the API contracts, and when it comes to real time, then uh, the WebSocket, how they handle it, how they handle media, how they handle tooling, right? It's very different. So LLM should be the part of core core architecture, but OpenClaw is having an abstract only the abstraction present in the core project, and rest when it comes to specific model providers, that is offloaded to plugins that keeps the code in the project leaner. Now basically this brings in two things. We spoke about plugin 2 days before as well, that in future this will have its own trade-offs. But again, one more positive part is that this helps them this helps the software maintainers to actually enhance the plugin framework and architecture in a way so that it can be more and more reusable and um, community and uh, can be documented in such a way so that more and more developers can contribute to the project, because contributing in the core project involves a lot of resistance. For example, we'll read in the guidelines every now and then in the vision document or the security document that if I want to get something merged in the core or be part of the core, it's extremely difficult, and we'll go through series of reviews through multiple maintainers, and we'll have certain benchmarks and everything, right? Because code is sensitive. Having something in the core has become part of all the other things directly or indirectly. But having in the form of plugin, it invites and democratize more and more developers to um, have the code to contribute into the project, because it's modular. if it doesn't work, it can be kicked out very easily without impacting any other things. So yeah. Use this page when you want to install a plugin, restart the gateway, verify the runtime loaded rate, and route common set of failures. For command only example, see manage plugins. For the full generated inventory of bundled official external and source, see plugin inventory. So plugins are at two places. One is ClawHub, which is the marketplace for skills and plugins of OpenClaw, and can host a public plugins, community plugins, and one are core plugins, which are part of the core main project. Um, Requirements before installing a plugin: make sure you have an OpenClaw. So I think this particular documentation is more about installing a plugin instead of developing a plugin, but we'll go through it. Before installing a plugin, make sure you have an OpenClaw. Check out our installation with OpenClaw CLI available. We have it in our, even though we have built it from source, we have this command accessible via pnpm. Network access to selected source such as ClawHub, npm, or Git host. Any plugin specific credentials. Um, Network access to the selected source such as ClawHub, npm, or Git host. Yeah, okay. Any plugin specific credentials, config keys, or operating system tools named by that plugin setup docs. Like we have our open source OpenClaw X plugin. So for OpenClaw X plugin, it will require the authorization key or the authorization link, right? So that needs to be handy and ready. Permission to restart the gateway that serves your channels. Either restart the gateway through the command from OpenClaw or using the terminal. Quick start. Search ClawHub for public plugin package. Okay, so this is one way of searching the plugins. ClawHub is a primary discovery surface for community plugins. During the launch cutover, ordinary bare packages specs still installed from npm. Use an explicit prefix when you need one source. There are two ways to install a plugin. Either you can have the entire plugin source in the folder, in the extension folder, and you can build it from there and attach it, or it can be, you can pull it from ClawHub and then it can be installed. I think that is what it means. So if the plugin exists both in ClawHub and in your local source, then you need to choose. Use an explicit prefix when you need one source. I don't know what it means. We'll see. But let's quickly try this command out and see if we can search for our X plugin. This is ISI as a third-party service which provide automation for social media. But I don't find OpenClaw X plugin. I hope it searches from. No. So let's go to ClawHub. There are high chances that it might be unpublished because of some security flaw. Um, Finally, the security scan is passed. Nice. But is the plugin visible? Is the plugin visible? The audits are passed. I don't know. I don't know why Virus Total version is always hanging and it never runs. Let me just quickly check. It's not able to find the plugin, right? Let's take this and let's open it in incognito and let's see whether it's published or not. I'm able to search it. We'll have to rebuild this plugin with the latest version and republish it, and we'll see then. But anyway, we'll close this for now and we'll move on to the doc. Next, what it says is bash from ClawHub OpenClaw plugin. Install ClawHub from Git. If I want to install it directly, I can give the SSH Git link, and from local development checkout, if I have a directory, I can just mention the path and it can get from there. Treat plugin install like core. Preferred pinned versions when you need reproducible plugin install. Configure plugin specific settings under plugins.entry config. Enable the plugin when it is not already enabled. So in your OpenClaw config, um, you will have plugins entries. It will be an array, and under that, under config, you can provide plugin specific config. Let me quickly open another terminal, and if I can show you the my OpenClaw config. I don't want to expose my entire config, so I'll just open it another window and just show the part of it to you. Okay, there are a lot of sensitive information I cannot show you, but inside a plugin, um, inside a plugin directory, inside a plugin key, you'll find entries, and inside entry under each plugin object, you can find the config key where you can provide the config to your plugins. Next is uh, to enable the plugin, you can just run this command to enable the plugin. So it will make changes in your config.json. If your config uses a restricted plugin.allow list, the installed plugin it must be present there before the plugin can load. OpenClaw plugin install adds the install ID to an existing plugin.allow list, and removes the same ID from plugin.deny, so explicit install can load after restart. Interesting. So if there is a plugins.allow entry, so you might have multiple plugins listed in your config, but the only those plugins will load which are in the allow list. If the config uses the allow entry, other if there is no allow entry, I think all the plugins are loaded. And then there are a few nuances that if you run a plugin install, then automatically it gets added to the allow list and it's removed from the deny list. So even though if there is a plugin that you put in a deny list, but after that you run install again, it will be removed from the deny list and the plugin will load on the restart. So you will have to put it again in the deny list. Installing, updating, or installing plugin code requires a gateway restart, though there is no hot restart. Enable and disable operations, update config, and refresh the cold registry. Enable and disable operations, update the config and refresh the cold registry, but restart is still the clearest verification path. Okay, so there are some hooks that does the job of refresh after running the enable or disable of plugin, but gateway will ensure that it will ensure that all of the other steps are taken care of and is more reliable. Bash OpenClaw. So one more thing, I noticed this. I'm not sure how it works, but gateway restart is also queued, and it like if certain triggers for certain triggers or configuration changes, the gateway restart gets scheduled or is queued, and after that threshold, whenever the threshold is crossed, the OpenClaw will automatically restart itself. So sometime when your OpenClaw is restarting randomly, you do not think that there is some flaw. There's a high possibility that you might have made some configuration changes, whether it related to plugins or some other changes, which scheduled a gateway restart. OpenClaw plugins inspect runtime JSON. Use runtime when you need to prove registered tools, hooks, services, gateway methods, or plugins on CLI commands. Plain inspect is a code manifest and registry check. Okay. So there are more options for that command to run a deeper inspect instead of, because if you just write inspect, it will do a surface level inspection, which is registry check and code manifest. Configuration, choose an install source where you want to run. So we already saw this above. Bare package specs have special compatibility behavior. If the bare name matches a bundled plugin ID, OpenClaw uses that bundled source. If it matches the official external plugin ID, OpenClaw uses uh, the official package catalog. Other ordinary bare package installed through npm during the launch cutover. I don't know what is the launch cutover. Use this when you need deterministic source relations. Okay, well, interesting. So basically, when it says bare package specs, what it means is that whether you specify where the source where you want to install it from. So if I just write npm OpenClaw plugin, um, install, and let's say if I write um, maybe Notion, right? Now, if Notion is, so there's a hierarchy from where it searches the plugin and installs it. So if Notion is present in the bundle, it will use bundle first. But if not, then it will go to ClawHub, and if then not, then it will go and install from the npm package, especially like from these five sources. So better to specify where you want to install it from. Configure plugin policy. This is the one which I was talking about. Plugins, and then entries, and then each plugin config is provided under that. This is the JSON format contract for that, and these are the global plugin level configuration, either to enable it. This is the allow list that we were talking about. This is the deny list, and this is load. So I'm assuming that this is the local plugin, right? The bundled local plugin that we have. So we just provided a path for it, and we can have multiple paths. So whenever the gateway is restarting, it will go to that path, look for the plugins, and load them along with the gateway. And slots, memory for, I don't know what this is. Key policy updates. Plugins dot enable, disable all the plugins, skips plugin discovery, stale plugin references are inert while this is active, re-enable plugin before. Okay. So if you do false, it disables the discovery both as well as discovery as well as the loading of the plugins. And but those plugins might be referred somewhere else, references like in allow list or agent specific plugins. But those will go stale, but they will stay. They will not be removed from the config until you run the doctor cleanup. Uh, Plugins or deny wins over allow. So if you have a plugin which is both in allow and deny, then the deny will win. Uh, Plugin dot allow is exclusive allow list. Plugins owned tools outside the allow list stay unavailable even when tool allow include this. Okay. So if plugins comes up with some tools, then even those will be unavailable if plugin is not in the allow list, because even if you explicitly enable all the tools, because the plugin itself is not allowed, so the tools will also be not be allowed. Plugins dot entry dot enable for disable that one particular plugin. Plugin dot load dot path also adds explicit path for local plugins. I told that this you can provide multiple paths for this. Workspace origin. So our OpenClaw X plugin is the local plugin. Um, so if I see here, okay, check it. I'll have to make the code and everything more stream friendly right now. Everything is quite exposed. Um, Workspace origin plugins are disabled by default. Explicitly enable or allow list them before local space work. Okay. So only ClawHub plugins are enabled by default. You will have to explicitly enable the workspace or local plugin. Bundle plugins follow their built-in default on or default of metadata unless config specifically overrides them. Okay. Plugin.slot chooses one plugin for exclusive categories such as memory and context engines. Slot selection force enables the selected slot selection force enables the selected plugin for that slot by counting an explicit activation. It can load even when it would otherwise be obtained. Plugins that deny and plugins that enable still block it. I don't understand. Plugin dot slot chooses one plugin for exclusive categories. Slot selection force enable the selected plugin for it. Okay, so basically it says that since memory is also a plugin, memory is also a plugin, context switch is also a plugin, model is also a plugin, right? Everything is a modular code. So for each uh, particular slot, like for memory, which plugin you want has to be specified under the plugin configuration, not under the memory configuration. Okay. Bundled opt-in plugins can auto-activate. Bundled opt-in plugins can auto-activate when config names one of their owned services such as provider, model reference, channel config, CLI backend or agent harassment runtime. If you use, for example, if you're using codecs somewhere for harness or for memory or for embeddings, then obviously the codecs plugin will be required to provide that capability or the base capability. So since maybe the codecs might be the bundled plugin, so if you provide the codecs config somewhere else, the codecs bundled plugin might auto activate. OpenAI family codecs routing keeps provider and real-time plugins boundaries separate. OpenAI Codex is legacy OpenAI provider configs, while bundled Codex plugin owns the Codex app server runtime for canonical OpenAI agent reference, explicit agent runtime, and legacy Codex. Run OpenCloud Doctor when config validation reports still plugin IDs, allow list tool mismatches or mistake. It's a very important command OpenCloud Doctor, and they are including more and more safety, more and more checks and fixes in this. Um, I have fixed my broken OpenClaw a lot of times earlier when it used to be very unstable using OpenClaw Doctor. Understand plugin formats. OpenClaw recognizes two plugin formats: native OpenClaw plugin, OpenClaw plugin JSON, plus how it loads, plus a runtime module loaded in the process. Use when you're installing building OpenClaw specific runtime capabilities. Compatible bundle. Codex Cloud Cursor plugin layout mapped into OpenClaw plugin inventory. You are reusing compatible skills, commands, hooks, or bundle metadata. Both formats appear in OpenClaw plugin list. Plugin inspect, enable, disable. I'm not very sure about this. What do you mean by formats? Native OpenClaw plugin, OpenClaw.plugin.json plus a runtime module loaded. You are installing or building OpenClaw specific runtime capabilities. We'll come back to this later. Verify the active gateway, OpenClaw plugin list, and plain OpenClaw plugin inspect. Uh, Read code config manifest and registry state do not prove that an already running gateway has imported the same. They do not prove that an already running gateway has imported the same plugin code. So basically, if the gateway is running a plugin, it might be running some other version. But when you run this inspector, basically it's not real time, right? It just reads the configurations. So if you update a plugin or update a plugin, so these commands like list and inspect will read the code manifest, code config and the manifest and the registry state, but your gateway might be running some different version altogether. When a plugin appears installed but live chat traffic, but live chat traffic does not use it, you want to do OpenClaw restart. Yeah, so gateway, and then you inspect the plugin and then you restart. So when you're doing plugin inspect, you have to provide runtime. So runtime will actually inspect the plugin that is currently running in the current gateway. On VPS or container install, make sure the process you start is the actual OpenClaw gateway run child that serves your channels, not only a wrapper or supervisor. But what is a supervisor? Are the supervisors over OpenClaw as well, which someone is running, for example? Yeah, there are a lot of VPS like Hostinger and a lot of other which have come up who are running OpenClaw in the containerized environment. So you're basically saying that they have wrappers over OpenClaw where OpenClaw is a child service which is running inside. So you just cannot restart the wrapper. You also have to ensure that the underlying child service or the child process is restarted, which are attached to the channels. Symptom: plugin appear in plugins list, but runtime hooks do not run. In, you have to do the gateway restart and plugin inspect. This is how you can check it. Duplicate channel or tool owner duplicate channel or tool ownership diagnostic appear. Run OpenClaw plugin list, enable Workpost, inspect each suspected plugins with runtime JSON and compare channel tool ownership. Disable one owner, remove stale install or okay. Config says a plugin is missing. These are all troubleshooting. I don't think we need to go through them. This is more when you are actually working with plugins. That's when you come here. Right now, we are more interested in the architecture, philosophies, concepts around plugin. When still plugin configs, still names are no discoverable. Again, these are like troubleshooting. I don't know how to get into troubleshooting right now. These are some of for the blocked plugins. Even my plugin got blocked because it failed the security checks, but then I had to update it. And the scans are passed. Again, slow plugin tool setup. If the agent appear to stall when preparing tool, enable trace log. Okay, perfect. This was about plugins. Manage plugins. These are the related documentation or files that one can go through. But more or less, we understood things around plugins. Maybe some highlights were that there are multiple sources that the plugin can reside in, or you can install it from. It is from ClawHub. There are bundled plugins. There are local plugins which you can give a local path and you can have the source there. Plugins can directly be installed from the npm packages. And fifth, Seth, it's one more, right? Git. Yeah, you can have Git as well, and you can give that as a root, that as a source as well. So we read about this. Then plugins are load. There we read about plugin config. Each plugin can have its own config, enable, disable, and what are the nuances around that? That when a plugin is disabled, how it will affect the other configurations. We have an allow list and deny list, and which has precedence over other. And then we have how a bundled plugin gets loaded at runtime whenever there are change in the plugins or updation in the plugins. How will it affect the gateway, and what are the measures need to be taken so that the plugins reflect in the channels as well. So yeah, not much, but yeah, it's simple, more scalable architecture, very modular, but it comes with its own trade-offs in the past, and we'll see that in the future, and we'll see how the team navigates through that. So now we have come come way through when it comes to 1 second. Yeah. So we have come um, way past that line that we are just in the introductions of OpenClaw, but we have on day one we read about the vision, then we went through a very comprehensive and detailed security uh, uh, documentation, and today we read about the plugin architecture, and we have got a lot of understanding of philosophies, values, their priorities of things that are in the roadmap and that are not in the plan at all right now. And we also understand the focus of OpenClaw that and the team, that what they are focusing on. Today we also saw how I used my OpenClaw X plugin to automate my X and post around it. And these are again, we are one concept should be very clear, that we are not doing bot posting, or we are not doing shit posting. We are we are basically automating things to make it easier uh, and to generate genuine content, and that's the way to go. I open my Twitter, I open my X account, and it's flooded with so much of shit posting and clickbaits and posts that do not make any sense. And I've came across interactions with some of people on X as well, asking about it, and according to them, that is the way to go, which I understand is a byproduct of the benchmarks or the or the. Okay, one second. Yeah. Uh, benchmarks or the prerequisites, sorry, benchmarks or the prerequisites that are set by um, X to monetize. That you should have these many minimum number of verified followers, then you should have this many impressions, you should have this much replies, follows, and other things. Now, just to achieve that and cross that limit, cross that threshold, people are just posting anything. That's why, to be very honest, I was a big time Instagram user, and I enjoyed Instagram much more than I enjoy X. Obviously, the content is very different, but Instagram does not have shit posting. Instagram, uh, I think people who are monetizing on Instagram are trying to be real, trying to generate a very personalized content, whatever content it may be. It might be a content that is cringe as well sometimes, but that cringe itself is also real them. But in X, that post is shit, and I don't want to do that. I personally am not a person who gets fulfillment doing this or satisfaction doing that. So I have decided that I'll be posting genuine content uh, that is very personal to me, and I'll be doing genuine replies, genuine engagement, and organically, if it supposed to reach somewhere, if people are able to connect with my content, they will react to it and they will reciprocate. Else, they will drop it. I don't care, but I cannot just post anything random to get an engagement. Uh, right. So uh, when I built this OpenClaw X plugin, my idea was that I wanted to um, optimize my journey on X, and I wanted to make things easier so that I can be more consistent, because consistency is definitely a key, and quality content. And hence we're seeing today, like when I'm doing this live stream and I'm running this series, uh, I don't have to invest a lot of manual work and labor into posting in posting on X about my stream and summarizations and the notifications. I can just ask OpenClaw to do it and the plugin will get the job done. This is automation, but it holds real emotions, genuine content from my side. And that's the way to go. Stop following the herd. You will monetize. If you want to monetize, go organically, let people connect with your content, and then you can do it. Even I'm not there, but this is the method or mechanism that gives me fulfillment instead of going following the herd. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining. Whoever is watching the stream or will be watching the stream in the future, um, I'll be posting the summary of today's discovery and whatever we went through tomorrow. Meanwhile, have fun, stay happy. That's what matters the most, and stay healthy.